In early 2018, I was looking for some Nintendo 3DS games to pick up as I was going on a trip. At the time, I was really excited for picking up some new games as I had had a Nintendo 3DS at this point for about 3 years. And even though the Switch had been released, I didn't have plans to pick up the Switch quite yet, as I wasn't really interested in picking up the Switch until the release of Smash Bros. For it. So, when trying to find games to pick up, I really wasn't sure. So I decided to look up some videos on it, where I found this one video called 5 Best 3DS Games That You Might Have Missed. I remember clicking on the video and being introduced to the video by this guy called Woodhawker.
You have no idea how much I love handheld gaming. The Nintendo Switch dominates so much of my life. I kind of love it, if you can't tell.
Guy had some type of Australian or New Zealand accent, and I really enjoyed the video. And one of the games being recommended in the video is my all-time favorite game, which I had actually at this point already played, being Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia. After watching this video, I decided to look into some more of these videos to see if there were some more recommendations I could find. And so I did. Now, luckily, I still use the YouTube channel that I used to search for these videos, as it's the same one as you're watching this video on right now, so I could actually just see which videos I had already seen by the guy. So some of the videos I watched were videos like, is the new 2DS XL worth buying, as I was interested in buying a new 2DS XL due to having a 2DS at the time that struggled with charging, and I also watched 5 newest and best Nintendo 3DS games worth buying, as I had some games in the thumbnail that interested me, specifically Metroid, as I'm a pretty big Metroid fan. And after watching that, I was pretty much hooked. I started watching more and more videos by Wood, and some of them were 3DS videos, some of them were Switch videos. I remember him talking about how much he loved games like Breath of the Wild, and I was already a pretty big Zelda fan, as Majora's Mask was one of my favorite games of all time at the time. It still is, but it's not quite all the way up there. As I said earlier, Echoes Shadows of Valentia has beaten that. Even if he uploaded videos that were on Switch games, I would still watch them as I just overall enjoyed the content. The way he implemented humor actually made it pretty enjoyable as well, and made it easier to continuously consume the videos without getting bored or feeling as if there wasn't enough content for you to keep feeling like you're entertained.
What are we doing this time instead?
I don't know. You didn't tell me.
You know what we're doing.
No.
Since
Who are you?
And I really enjoyed these videos. Then I got one video recommended to me that was a bit odd of his. Then I got a video of his that was recommended to me that I thought seemed a bit out of the ordinary. One day I got a video recommendation called This Is Me. I remember that I was on a train when I saw this video recommendation, and I remember booting it up as I was on my way from school and I just wanted something to enjoy. To my surprise, this video was very much different from his ordinary videos, where it was a lot more emotional video. This video essentially talked about his background, about his family, and how he had grown up, how he was thrown out of his parents' house when he was in high school and moved in and lived with his grandparents. Watching this video made me kind of sad. It didn't feel like it was one of those more typical happy come happy go videos that he normally would make on the channel, essentially talking about games that he loved. It was a lot more personal as he talked about his life and some of the more negative as well as positive memories that he had. And it made me grow a lot more respect for Wood as a creator. Watching this as well as his reviews also started going into watching more of his fan mail videos, but he just kept getting better and better. He then over time also started making videos on Switch accessories that he found that he thought was weird, and overall I just kept enjoying his content. I do remember after a long time I kinda stopped watching some of his content, and it wasn't that I just didn't enjoy it. Hell, I've recently started watching his content again, which is a part of why I decided to make this video. I just kind of stopped watching game collectors and reviews over time. I wasn't watching Scott the Woz anymore. I stopped watching Wolf then, and I was kind of falling off of Wood as well. Not because I didn't enjoy his content, but because I just kind of lost an interest at watching these reviews, and I thought it would be interesting to essentially try and watch other types of content. I remember one of the last videos I watched by Wood was the one where he lost his partnership with Nintendo. where he essentially talked about how that happened. After that, it wasn't anything negative. I just kind of stopped watching. All of that being said, I still watch some of his videos now, and I've recently started going back and watching a lot of his videos, and I think they're really good. It's very clear that he cares a lot about the quality of his content, and one of the things that actually made me start watching his channel again is his podcast, Nintendo, that he made alongside with Wolfden. I started listening to this podcast and thought it was a really good one, and I've been listening to it every now and then occasionally. I'm not the biggest podcast fan. The only one I really actively listen to is Trash Taste, but that didn't change the fact that I was really enjoying his. The way Wood would mix in humor along with his content, just explaining about why he loved the games that he loved so much, just made it so incredibly enjoyable to watch his content. And recently I've kind of missed that, which is probably why I started watching it again. And it's kind of nice to see him keep going. That has been this video about why I really like BeatEmUps videos so much. It's a bit of a weird thing for me to talk about because I'm talking about game reviews, and I kind of for a bit when I started the channel wanted to do reviews of anime and video games, but kind of realized over time that I'm not really the guy who should be giving things reviews. I mean, I bought the Touch Some Grass game for fuck's sake. In all honesty, I realized that I probably just fit a lot better with these type of essays that I've been making recently, where I just kind of talk about why I personally like them, instead of talking about what makes them good or bad. Because at the end of the day, just because something is good or bad doesn't mean that you can't enjoy it. I feel like that's why reviews don't resonate as well with me. Obviously, there are things like reviews and such that help a lot, and if even then, I am far from the right person to be giving reviews. Not because of like bias or anything. I just feel like I don't fit for it. It's not my thing. It's not my style. I would get bored of it and I wouldn't know what to review. And I think I just kind of fit better with what I do now. Just kind of talking about what I love and what I have respect for. And in all honesty, I think the main people who made me realize that were people like Wood and Scott the Was. But with that said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys later. Bye. My mouth feels dry after the tea. So do you feel better now? I thought I'd run until the sky came out with the sunlight on my face. Something changed, and just trying to feel alive. You climbed that mountain, are you satisfied? You stand at the top, you already wanna do this one more time. Maybe it's a gift that I couldn't recognize. Maybe I don't really wanna feel satisfied. I think I'm gonna just do this. There we go. Actually, no, wait, I need that.